Hi, I'm Jackie Johansson, and I get to talk to you about clearing up misconceptions and engaging learners in evolution. A lot of times, as educators, we get to talk to different people who have misconceptions, and it's important to clear those up before any further learning in evolution can really happen. There's some great games that you can use that were brought up in our discussion. Games and simulations that you can pass along to students or people that are interested in learning more about evolution. This great one was a thread, and different people contributed to it, but the key points were making sure that acclimation is not confused with evolution. Like an individual can acclimate, that's different than a population evolving. And one doesn't choose their adaptations, and survival of the fittest doesn't always mean the most fit. Evolution also takes a long time usually to occur, although there's evidence of some rapid evolution. And then individuals need to reproduce generally in order to be considered successful. We're going to talk about a scenario where that's not necessarily the case. But this was a cool game called the Darwin Survival Game by Animal Planet, and I played it several times. It's really fun, and it's called Who Wants to Live a Million Years? And you select different animals to begin with. You can throw them lifelines, and then they throw at you a ton of different scenarios like asteroids, changing food sources, climate changes, and predators, all to see how your group can adapt and evolve as a group. Then there were great video helps that Christina posted. The first one was a Smithsonian Science Education video. I think that this one was endearing to me because it has a very plucky, excited teacher that also talks to her plant. And then there was this TED Ed's Myths and Misconceptions about Evolution video. That was great as well. These two videos kind of cleared up that populations evolve and not individuals. And then that point that you don't necessarily have to be reproductively successful, that some individuals might sacrifice themselves so that relatives who also have similar genes can reproduce. And then copies of those genes did make it through the population because the one individual sacrificed themselves. There were also these video helps that I was able to find that talked about allopatric versus sympatric speciations and barriers that can prevent gene flow. These were really interesting by the Cornell Lab of Ornithology and by Bozeman Science. Both of these I would recommend checking out. And this great video that was posted by Carleigh about, it has this great map of California and all the different species of salamanders, that as salamanders have moved down both sides of California along the mountain range and along the coast, and the different species that have evolved over time, and how species that can meet up at the bottom are different enough that although they can reproduce and make a living offspring, that offspring always gets killed off because it's not well adapted for any environment. There was also a misconception about evolution and religion not being compatible. Some very brave people braved this discussion, and it was they had great, there was a Pew Forum that talked about scientists and their religious beliefs. There was this Washington Post article about the Pope's beliefs on evolution, and then this about the Hindu like sacred groves. And a lot of people even mentioned that they became more interested in a higher power as they learned about the natural world. And I called this last slide evolution. It doesn't work like that. A lot about evolution is being in the right place at the right time. There's potentially a lot of good traits that maybe get lost just because they weren't necessary at the time. And then again, evolution is about populations, not individuals. And I love this cartoon where the three fish are basically saying, okay, on the count of three, we're going to evolve into piranha. Doesn't work like that. Take care, and for more information on misconceptions, I would honestly read through some of these resources that our classmates posted. They were great. That's a great starting point, and then look at the links that were in our readings. Take care.